2-0 victory over Central Arkansas. What were your overall thoughts about the way your team played tonight?
Yeah, I thought we played well. Took us a while to find the answer. The goalkeeper made a bunch of good saves in the first half, but it's a just result for sure. But Central Arkansas did well. They defended with some intensity, and it was a challenging puzzle to solve. But eventually, got the goal. A little scrappy on the first one, but once we solved the first one, the second one was coming. Thought we could get the third, but overall pleased with the result.
Playing a team that you don't see every year, you're not as familiar, obviously, as you are with conference opponents. What concerns you the most about that team you played tonight?
Number 9. He's got 17 goals. He's a big time striker. So I was afraid that he would get loose at any moment. He was the kind of guy that just takes. He just needs one sniff to get a goal, and he can be silent for 89 minutes, and then he just pulls away off the back of a defender, and there's a service and a goal. So that was our biggest concern, and then just entries in the box, them long throwing it on top of us, and setting up set plays and running a little bit tricky stuff, but it was pretty well organized and sniffed out. So, but yeah, they're a good, hard-working team that came in with kind of an us against the world mentality, and I think the coach does a good job with them. So it's a good result. We're happy to advance.
You mentioned number 9, Brodacki, who led the country in scoring this year. What was the key to defending him?
No, I told the guys you had to be close to him in and out of possession. He's not a guy that. Sometimes you get when you're in full possession, you can lead the striker. It's unnatural to mark an outlet or be close to the striker when you're trying to probe and find an answer to break them down. So, I just said you're always aware. For 90 minutes, you have to be aware of his movement, aware where he is. And there's one time in the first half where, on a restart, we committed too much forward, and he was alone 1v1 against Noah Hill, and that was a moment we had to sort out at halftime. That can't happen. But overall, I thought we handled them well. The backs were, again, very sharp. Dealt with everything in the air. Michael was solid in goal, and happy to post another shutout for those boys.
Garrett gets the go-ahead goal today. What has he meant to your program this year?
No, he's a big-time striker. He's different than Brodacki. I wouldn't trade. I wouldn't trade Goose for the world, man. He's a hell of a striker. His movement's excellent. His instincts around goal are really good. He just has a knack, and he's just a pain in the butt because his movement is consistent. And you can't sort him out because he's always moving, he's always running, he's willing to chase things down the channel. He's strong back to goal. He can bring players in and hold it up alone. He can do a lot of things. So he's really come a long way in a year and a half in this place. So we're very happy with him.
He got the game winner in the 50th minute. What was UCA doing defensively to hold your offense at bay, at least temporarily?
Yeah. It's just one of those games that we didn't score the first half. We had plenty of chances. One of those could have gone home, but there were plenty of opportunities to score. Keeper made a great save on DJ. There were a couple more. We were dangerous on restarts again. But yeah, we could have scored in the first half. We didn't. We came in at halftime and said, be patient, keep plugging away. Trying to change the corner kick at halftime, drew it up and said, here's what we're going to do. They dropped everybody deep, and we just said, something we don't normally do, but threw one to the top of the box to Emil. He was supposed to hit it on frame. He shanked it. It went to Nicky, who clipped one in, and Goose is there to tuck it home. So, Emil gets an assist for a missed shot, but hey, we'll take all the points we can get. So he was in the right spot. He didn't hit it well, but it ends up in the right spot. So,
you're not going to say you drew it up that way?
No, I didn't. I did not draw it up that way. That would have been really clever, but I didn't do that.
How did you, with UCA coming in, their first game in an NCAA tournament at the Division I level, Were you worried at all about your team's focus on against a team like that that's just breaking new ground?
Yeah, I mean, they're breaking new ground, but I mean, we have a mature team with a lot of veterans, so you're always concerned as a coach that your team will overlook someone. They were 9, 10, and 1 coming into this game. So they won their league and got in the tournament. They would not have been in the tournament if they didn't win their league. So, but we know as coaches and have seen enough in a short time that they're dangerous and they can cause you trouble. So you have to get that across to your team. I think we did. It's still a tournament game. So there's those extra emotions, and if you're not ready for a tournament game, we played this is our 19th game this year, so we've done this 18 times. If you can't get yourself up for a big moment like this, you know, your last game at home, unless something magic happens, they were prepared. I was obviously nervous as a coach, the first tournament game, and you have a little bit of reservations on how amped up they are. It's a school day, it's a Thursday night, it's kind of a weird setting, but boys are ready to play.
Now you turn around and head to DC to play Georgetown. What do you do to prepare to regroup when you don't really have any practice time or anything between now and then?
Yeah, I guess we're calling the NCAA or this travel agent right now, trying to book some travel through the boys in the ice bath. I'm sure I probably need to, it's only 9:30, I need to run to Starbucks, get some coffee, because it's going to be a late night. Start watching some film. I haven't seen anything, I don't know anything about them. I was one game at a time, I haven't seen a lick of film from them. So Dustin, our associate head coach, has prepared the scouting report for us, but I will consume a lot of video in the next 24 hours and hopefully have a scouting report ready. And you know, obviously we go in there as a team that won a first round game. We'll be traveling, we'll be tired, we'll be, you know, the back's against the wall, and Georgetown's, you know, a clear favorite in this one. But I think, you know, I'll be happy with the boys. We'll roll it out there and see what we can do.